Consider your mind for a moment. Every thought, every sensation, every idle notion is like a petitioner knocking at the gate of your home. Some of them are welcome guests, friends, family, those small moments of joy. But let us be truthful. Many are intruders. They are the endless gossip from the forum that seizes your attention, the anxieties that surface in the third watch of the night, the ill-considered words of another that echo endlessly in your memory. They do not merely knock. They force their way in, track mud upon your mosaic floors, and leave your mind in disarray. Most men leave this gate wide open. We allow nearly anyone and anything to wander in and make themselves at home. The Stoic masters of old saw this and declared, "No, that is a grave error." They taught that if you desire a tranquil, resilient, and truly unconquerable mind, you must become the unwavering gatekeeper of your own mental fortress. This is not a call to shut out the world. It is about learning to discern who and what is granted privileged entry. So, let us now learn this ancient method for guarding the gates of the mind. We shall discover how to inspect every petitioner, turn away those who threaten our tranquility, and shield our inner world from the clamor outside. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius had a burdensome duty. He governed one of the greatest empires known to man, contending with war, plague, and betrayal, the usual affairs of a ruler. Yet, when you read his private meditations, he was not obsessing about conquering the world. He was writing about how to rule the dominion of his own mind. He knew a fundamental truth. The world outside is chaos. It is a tempest of events we cannot command. But our inner world, our mind, that is our province. This is the very heart of Stoicism. Your mind is your kingdom. It is the one place where you are the sole sovereign. To the Stoics, allowing base thoughts, raw passions, or idle diversions to hold sway was a betrayal of the self. The philosopher Epictetus put it bluntly: if a person gave your body to some passerby, you'd be furious. Yet you hand over your mind to anyone who comes along. Think on that for a moment. We guard our property, our villas, our strong boxes, our very reputations, with great vigilance. But our mind, the very thing that grants us peace and clarity, we often leave it completely unguarded. When we do so, our mind ceases to be a fortress and becomes a clamorous, chaotic public forum, filled with the opinions, anxieties, and agendas of others. The entire purpose of Stoicism is to reclaim this territory. It's to build what they called the inner citadel, a fortress inside you that no external chaos can ever touch. It is a place of peace to which you can retreat at any time, simply by turning inward. This is not about becoming a man of stone, devoid of feeling. It is about gaining the wisdom to distinguish between that which is truly harmful and that which is merely a loud petitioner at the gate. It is understanding that peace comes not from a perfect life, but from a well-guarded mind. The Stoics did not contend with a ceaseless stream of messengers or endless papyrus scrolls, but they understood distraction intimately. Seneca, another great Stoic, wrote much of the occupied man, the person so busy and distracted that they lose all account of their own life. Does this sound familiar? In our time, the intruders at our mental gates are more numerous and more cunning. They are the orators in the forum who inflame the passions of the mob for their own gain. They are the constant demands of letters and tablets that shatter our focus into 1,000 fragments. They are the daily rumors from the frontiers that feast upon our fear. They are even that offhand remark from a fellow magistrate that you replay in your mind, allowing it to poison your day. Every single one of these is a petitioner asking to be let in. That sharp rap on the door, that is a petitioner demanding entry. that scandalous rumor whispered in the market, a stranger attempting to gain entry with false words, that sting of envy you feel upon hearing of a rival's lavish banquet. That is an intruder who promises you only dissatisfaction. When we permit these visitors entry without inspection, our focus is shattered. Our emotions are dictated by external provocations we cannot command. We end by reacting from base impulse instead of responding with reasoned purpose. As Marcus Aurelius warned, the things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts. If your mind is constantly colored by outrage, anxiety, and diversion, so too shall your life be. To guard the fortress is to reclaim command over the colors that paint your soul. So, how is this to be done? How do we become that vigilant gatekeeper? The Stoics gave us a practical handbook of mental tools to strengthen our inner citadel. Here are 5 of the most powerful you can begin to use this very day. Number 1. Pause and examine your impressions. The first duty of a vigilant gatekeeper is to halt all who approach the entrance and ask, "Who are you, and what is your business?" In Stoicism, this is called examining your impressions. An impression is your first, unthinking reaction to an event, the raw report. The error most of us make is to treat that first impression as incontrovertible truth. A chariot swerves before you on the road, and your immediate impression is, "That man is a reckless fool." Your patron sends a tablet marked "Haste," and you think, "I am to be cast out." The Stoics teach us to pause, to create a space between the event and our reaction to it. Within that space lies our power to choose our response, our very freedom. The practice. The next time a strong passion assails you, be it anger, fear, or any other, simply pause. Do not act. Instead, question this feeling. Ask it, are you what you first appear to be? Are you founded upon fact, or merely upon the story I have told myself about the fact? With the chariot driver, for instance, you may challenge your first thought. My impression is that he is a fool. Is this a known fact? I cannot know. Perhaps he rushes to a sick relative. Perhaps he simply erred. You do not excuse his action. You refuse to allow his action to despoil your inner peace. You deny his poor driving entry into your fortress. In that small pause resides all your power. Number 2, master the dichotomy of control. Once you have paused, the next step is to sort the petitioners into 2 groups. Those things you can control and those you cannot. This is the cornerstone of all Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. Epictetus said our chief task in life is to become exceedingly good at distinguishing between the 2. So, what is within our power? Our thoughts, our judgments, our choices, our own deeds. That is the sum of it. And what is not in our power? All else. The weather, the price of grain, the opinions of other men. The Stoics said that all our suffering stems from attempting to control what we cannot, while neglecting what we truly can. The practice. When you face a problem, ask one simple question. Is this within my control? If the answer is yes, direct your energy there. If the answer is no, then your task is to practice acceptance. Delayed by a procession in the street, you cannot control the crowd, but you can control your response. You can recite a verse from the poets, contemplate a philosophical truth, or simply accept the moment instead of flooding your mind with rage. Anxious about addressing the Senate? You cannot control their reaction, but you can control how well you prepare your oration, how diligently you practice, and the resolute spirit you bring. Focusing on what you can control is empowering. Attempting to control what you cannot is a form of self-inflicted servitude with no reward. Number 3, Practice voluntary discomfort. A fortress is only as strong as its garrison, and to make its defenders strong, you must test them. The Stoics did this with voluntary discomfort. This means choosing to endure small, temporary hardships to fortify you against the great ones. Seneca would practice poverty for a few days each month, eating plain fare and sleeping on the floor. He was not punishing himself. He was training his mind so he could honestly ask, "Is this the thing I so feared?" and realize he could withstand it. It strips away your fear of misfortune and proves your contentment does not depend on constant ease. The practice. You need not sleep on the bare floor. Begin with small things. Take a cold plunge at the baths. Forgo a meal. Go for a long walk when your body wishes only for rest. Leave your writing tablets behind when you walk through the gardens. The goal is to teach your mind that you can endure discomfort and that your well-being is not so fragile. Each time you do this, you reinforce the walls of your fortress. When true hardship arrives, and it shall, you will already be trained for it. Number 4, set a reverse clause. Understand this. Even with all the preparation in the world, things will go awry. Plans will fail. Men will prove unreliable. The Stoics had a mental stratagem for this. The reserve clause. It is to add a small condition to every intention. Fate permitting. You will go to the baths for exercise if nothing prevents it. You will complete your work on time if nothing prevents it. This is not pessimism, it is realism. It separates your intent, which you command, from the outcome, which you do not. It gives your spirit protection from the blows of fortune. The practice. When you set a goal, mentally attach the reserve clause. This prepares you for obstacles. And when an obstacle does appear, you are not shocked or defeated. Instead of seeing a failure, you see the clause being invoked. The Stoics saw obstacles not as the end of the path, but as an opportunity to practice a different virtue. Your ship is delayed by foul winds? Very well, the first plan is denied. Now is an opportunity to practice patience. A subordinate has made a grievous error? Here is an opportunity to practice forbearance and good leadership. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. A good gatekeeper does not panic when the enemy appears. They see it as a chance to prove their strength. Number 5, the evening review. At the end of a long watch, a good gatekeeper inspects the day's ledger. Who attempted entry? Who was admitted? Who was turned away? The Stoics did this with a nightly review. They would look back upon their day, not for self-reproach, but for learning. Seneca suggested asking yourself 3 questions. What bad habit did I contend with today? What temptation did I resist? In what way am I better? This is not a quest for perfection. It is a quest for small, daily improvements. The practice. Before you sleep, take 5 minutes, only 5, and review your day. Consider the moments you felt anger, anxiety, or distraction. When did you permit an uninvited guest into your mind? When did you successfully turn one away? Do not judge yourself. Simply observe the patterns. Perhaps you will see that listening to idle gossip in the forum for a few moments in the morning shatters your focus for an hour, or that pausing before you replied to that vexing letter averted much strife. This daily accounting is how you train your gatekeeper. You are sharpening their instincts for the morrow. To guard one's mental fortress is a discipline, and like any discipline, it requires daily practice. It is not about arriving at some perfect state of tranquility where nothing can vex you. It is about the small, consistent effort to be a little more aware, a little more intentional, and a little more in command of your own mind each day. If these words find fertile ground in your mind, return for more lessons on building a resilient spirit. If this discourse was of value, commend it to others who also seek a better gatekeeper for their own mind. And now, a question for you. What is one uninvited guest you will practice turning away this week? Is it a specific worry, an idle diversion, or a negative thought? Inscribe your answer below so that we may all learn from one another. Your mind is your own sacred space. It is the source of your resilience, your character, and your peace. In a world that makes a constant assault upon it, your most vital duty is to guard it well. This does not mean living a cold, detached existence. It means choosing to meet the world with wisdom and courage, no matter what is happening outside. The Stoics taught us that freedom isn't about changing our circumstances. It's about mastering our response to them. By pausing to examine your impressions, focusing on what you command, building resilience, preparing for fortune's reversals, and reviewing your day, you're not merely warding off negativity. You are cultivating a quiet, well-ordered space within yourself. From this inner citadel, you can face the world with strength and purpose. You can face hardship without being broken by it. You can live a life of meaning, not because the world becomes easy, but because you have become unbreakable. Protect your tranquility. Guard your mind, for within that fortress, you shall find your freedom. Subscribe for more essential Stoicism.